Yep. On the panel, we have a few veterans, a few experts, which you have seen, you have met in a meeting, either in the country, outside the country, you have dealt with them, or you are their LinkedIn connections. We are putting this panel together to ensure that the industry is talking through the remote, through the technology, and maintaining social distance. We are gathering here today to ensure no matter what it may be, even a pandemic, we are still connected. We are one. We stand as an industry. I see people are joining in. Thank you all for who are joining now. We will take a few more seconds for the audience to get into the room, and then we will quickly begin with the webinar. In the meantime, I request you all to read the topic, to have a look at the speakers, look at the theme of the webinar, and prepare a few quick questions that you may have for the panel here today. We'll take a quick pause for a few seconds and we will resume soon. Thank you. Hello all who've just joined in, I welcome you all again. This is Media Expo organizing Business Renaissance Forum with a few industry experts. You may have known them and seen them. We are waiting for a few more to begin. Join us and then we will resume the session. I thank you all for your patience and thank you for taking time out to connect with us. Please stay with us. Thank you. Thank you as a team for taking time out today, for allowing us to organize this gathering Business Renaissance Forum. We have some panel experts who've been the veterans of the industry. You may have met with them, you have dealt with them. I'd like to give you a little background on the Messe Frankfurt. Messe Frankfurt as a trade fair organizing body, we understand the significance of networking and staying connected. Hence, therefore, we are using technology as our new business enabler. We want to ensure that your goals of bringing people together is always met through Messe or through technology or through all of us as an industry body. It is an extreme delight to have you all join in today for this industry exchange. Before we begin this session, we have a few basic instructions for our attendees. You have a chat box at the middle or at the bottom of your screens. You may use the chat box to quickly introduce yourself. You can say a hi, or you can write your name, you can write it with your company name, or you can say a hello to a fellow member whom you may know. We would also try and keep this session interactive. When I say interactive, we do have a few pre-fed questions which do come up as a live polling question. At the same time, we encourage you all to help us support, make this initiative successful by sharing your knowledge questions, which may be towards the industry's benefiting. So please keep the questions coming. At the same time, I'd like to introduce you with our moderator of the session today. You may see them on the screen. Our moderator for the session is Mr. Vineet Arora, who happens to be Managing Director at Crayon Retail Private Limited. Mr. Arora has been first generation businessman. He started Crayon Advertising and Crayon Retail back in the year 1990. With his resources and savings, he's been able to develop his businesses into leaps and bounds. Today, he heads 4 verticals within signages, digital printing, point of sale materials, and displays. We've been informed that during these 30 years, he has seen the industry evolve from hand-painted signages to modern digital video screens. He operates 2 factories within Delhi NCR, and Vineet ji happens to be one of the authorized converters for 3M since 1994. I request Vineet ji to take over the stage and please have us deliver a great knowledge session today. Thank you.
Thank you for that introduction, Ravi. Good afternoon and welcome all to the webinar called Business Renaissance Forum. Renaissance itself means a revival or to start afresh. There's so much positivity in the word that I'm happy to be here addressing this to you. In fact, recently I read an article written by Mr. Ratan Tata, wherein he said that some experts are predicting that we will go through a massive slowdown. But he adds on, and I will quote him, I don't know about these experts, but what I know for sure that these experts have no value for human motivation and determined efforts. I thought that was motivational. And what a spirit here to bounce back. That's Mr. Ratan Tata for you here. To throw more light on this today, we have our panelists who are veterans from the industry. But before we go through that, I would like to throw a polling question to understand more about our audience so that we can relevant in our talk. So the first poll question is, to which segment of the industry do you belong? Large format, signage, outdoor, raw material suppliers, or others? I request you to please fill in this so that we know the profile of the audience. Okay, looks like a little skewed towards signage being 37, large format 22, outdoor 4, raw materials 17, and others 20. So, but it's a mixed bag. I'm glad that it'll be a more productive conversation being a mixed bag. Let me introduce you to our esteemed panelists today, who happen to be stalwarts from the industry. Most of them are friends, and I would like to introduce to you Mr. Anupam Gupta from JMD Digital Art Exchange. Anupam is a friend, a thorough gentleman. I know him for long and would like him to share his journey with us today. Go on, Anupam. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for joining us in this webinar. Thank you for taking out your time. What I am assigned today is kind of instilling a confidence, a positive confidence all amongst the industry. We all know we've gone through a hard time for the last 90 days or so. But yes, we can once again see the green shoots coming up. We can once again start planning our production, and we can once again start launching brands. As for my personal journey, you all know, you might be aware, we started about 30 years back as a small pre-press house. And post that, we've been into the forefront of technologies. We've been investing and kind of educating the industry to adopt newer and newer technologies. Coming back to the current situation, like what Vineet ji had said, the future to me looks very, very bright. Yes, there is going to be a new normal. What we've been working in the past, being a simple print service provider, is not going to take us forward. Yes, Vineet?
No, I thought I'll introduce everybody and then.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Then we've also got Mr. Naresh Dasari, who's the Managing Director of Macromedia Digital Imaging. Naresh is an old friend again. He's got a pan-India presence with infrastructure throughout the country. And over to you, Naresh. Let's hear your journey.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Naresh Kumar, founder and managing director at Macromedia Digital. We are a 21-year-old company now into graphics and signage. We run 13 production sites in 9 different cities related to signage and graphics. We have about 525 employees on our board. And yeah, that's it. Pretty much sums up, about our company.
Thank you. Thanks, Naresh. And we also have Mr. Vinod Gupta, who's the founder chairman of Hanu Marketing. Vinodji is an old and experienced person on the panel. We are very fortunate to have him on the panel today. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of learnings from him. विनोद जी को तो मैं लंबा जानता हूं, पर आप अपना परिचय देंगे विनोद जी?
I'm Vinod Gupta, this side from Hanu Marketing Private Limited, Delhi. From last 30 years, I am in this field, and we are into large format printing as well as signage. And I always believe in the technology and innovation. And we always give to our client the new things. That is our success. And I believe in the success, the teamwork as a teamwork and the support of my suppliers.
That's very heartening, Vinod ji. Very nice. And we also have Mr. Rajesh Podar from Calcutta, and he's from Wonder Group, Calcutta, and we would like to understand his profile. Over to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rajesh Podar from Wonder Images, Kolkata. We have started this journey almost 15 years back. We were not knowing anything about the printing. It was absolutely a new venture for us. We have invested a lot during this time. We have invested a lot in technology, and with the support of everyone from the suppliers and from the suppliers, we are now one of the largest print house in Eastern India.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.
Okay, let me start with my friend Anupam. So Anupam, how does the business look like during COVID, and what are your reactions of how post-COVID will pan out?
Like I was mentioning earlier, things are not going to be the same what it was in the pre-COVID era. What I would rather call it is a new normal. The new normal is going to be, you just can't remain as a print service provider, not like simply providing a print. A complete solution has to be provided. New industries, new companies, e-commerce companies, digital marketing companies, all these companies have to be tapped. A lot of marketing heads, a lot of brand promoters are coming back to us and asking for innovative solutions post-COVID. Because the biggest challenge post-COVID is going to be, how do we go and install the graphics or the POP or whatever it is at the point of sale? That is going to be the biggest challenge. And to take care of that, what we started suggesting prints on fabrics, on magnetic surfaces, which can be just rolled onto tubes, or corrugated knockdown POP materials, which can be just flattened out and shipped out. Now, these are very easy to ship out, and the retailer himself can install it on his shop. So this is the new way of going forward that we foresee. And then things are going to be very positive because the world is looking towards India now. As we've seen yesterday, Google has invested almost $500 million in one shot in Reliance. Before that, we had Facebook coming in. So now with all these kind of investments, a lot of companies are gearing up. And it is not just Reliance Jio which will be taking the steam forward. A lot of other ancillary industries which are connected with this are also going to come up very fast. So to cater to those industries, one has to keep your eyes and ears open, cater to the new ways of advertising and promotion, and keep talking to our customers in terms of their requirements, which could be a new way of POP, which could be a new material, which could be the supply chain, which is again, very important to maintain. And that is how we see, and we've already started working on it. Coming back to the existing businesses, yes, the existing businesses have started shaping up. We are already working 2 shifts a day now, post the lockdown. And yes, we are sending out samples on an everyday basis.
So self-servicing products is what you're saying will do well in the coming times, wherein there is, minimal human interaction.
Yes, this
you
COVID
print
is
your
not
rolls,
going to
you
go
ship
away
your
very
rolls.
soon.
I agree. So magnetic rolls,
Fabric
flex,
printings,
fabric printing, rolls
lockdown
which can be
POPs.
done. Absolutely. So for something you don't require, specialized people to come and do it.
Let me
Salespeople
give
or
you an example. Like, see, the challenge now would be pulling the customer back into the malls, pulling the customer back into the showrooms. Now, how do we do that? We do that by making the shop window more attractive. We do it by making the window more like a crowd puller. And the challenge now is, earlier we used to send say 3 fabricators or 4 special merchandiser to do the windows. Now those windows have to be self-contained, put into a box, which the retailer himself can fix it up. Now the challenge comes in that you have to keep on investing in technologies which can cater to these kind of things, which are self pop-up, knockdown, corrugated, and stuff like that.
Very valid, very valid. So self-servicing and, modular, to-do kits are going to be more popular. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Great. And during this COVID period, did you, face any challenges in terms of supply chain, in terms of materials? Were you okay, or did you face any issues with materials?
We did not face any challenges. We've been constantly in touch with our suppliers. Yes, we've been telling them that the demand is low, but as and when we see in the last 15-20 days, the demands have again picked up. And likewise, we are working very closely with our suppliers to maintain the supply chain, where they are having certain issues in terms of import and the customs, but still they are coping with us. And the biggest challenge what we've thrown to them is to come up with newer and newer materials. That is
Right.
where the whole market is going to moving forward.
True, true. In fact, I saw a very innovative product called an antibacteria shirt from Zodiac Air.
Yes.
Such a innovative thing during these times. I wish we could have an antibacteria vinyl or something pertaining to our business here.
No, like earlier also for the past couple of years, we've been moving towards these environment friendly fabrics, environment friendly printing machines, UV printing machines. And off late, we've seen the printing technology moving towards dye sublimation. Now, dye sublimation again is a water-based technology, which is environment friendly, totally recyclable. And we are kind of pushing our customers or making them aware that henceforward we'll be moving into dye sublimation technologies even for large format printing.
Sure.
Now, once that is done, the transport becomes very easy. The recyclability, the environment friendliness, everything becomes very easy. And likewise, once the big companies go in for the dye sublimation technologies, the smaller companies will follow.
Absolutely valid. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure besides material availability, which is a concern for all of us, what is your message to your supplier partners, and what do you expect out of them from this period and these tough times? What are your expectations from them?
See, very frankly, some of the corporates have asked us very specifically to be less dependent on Chinese imports. Our industry, as you know, is 90% dependent on Chinese imports. So as far as the supply chain is concerned, we are also asking our suppliers to start looking at alternative materials from other countries. It could be Japan, Taiwan, Korea, European countries. And then based on our government's message of being Atmanirbhar and export to the world, we're also giving them suggestions on how to start locally producing the materials. Fabric, like I said, for instance, is locally produced. We have industries in Surat or Rajkot or the whole of Gujarat, wherein we can manufacture these fabrics, which are very good enough for dye sublimation printing, for outdoors as well as indoors. So it's more cost effective, it's more quality, and is easy to transport.
And any message to the equipment manufacturers, people who do machines, printers, routers?
They are the ones sending us messages. I don't need to send them a message.
No, would you see, like I attended a webinar wherein a printer company launched their new products, and during that webinar they threw open an offer.
Yes.
I thought it was very luring. If there was a purchase somebody was thinking and somebody sees a cost benefit clubbed like a combo deal or some consumables along with your equipment, can that influence sales in these tough times where people are not even thinking about purchase? Do these things matter at these moments? What are your views on it?
No, definitely we need the machine manufacturers or the hardware suppliers are getting very innovative. We have already attended virtual demos across the world. We've been talking to manufacturers across the world, and since one cannot move out of the country, we are taking these virtual demos. Like I said, we need to be innovative post-COVID era. That is
Sure.
going to be the new normal. So if one wants to be different from the market, if one wants to be innovative in the market, one has to invest in all these equipments.
Sure. I think I'll take Naresh's view also on this, because Naresh also keeps reviewing technologies. He's a buff for technology. And so Naresh, what did you review during this time, and share with us how you brought about work efficiency during these tough times, and how did you maintain productivity during the COVID period?
As far as maintaining productivity is concerned, like as we all know, there is not much work happened in the last quarter or so. But like as Anupam as rightly said, the work is returning back. We have done a lot of work in the last 45 days, mostly related to the social distancing graphics. COVID graphics. We have supplied large quantities of these graphics in the last 45 days. As far as productivity is concerned, in 2019, we have invested a lot of money on automation, on cutting, on, fabric cutting or fabric stitching. These are pretty costly equipment. We were in two minds whether to invest or not, because these are literally top of the line in their own way. But today we are actually very fortunate, to having invested in those. For example, we have supplied about 11,000, floor graphics in 48 hours. Without these equipment, we wouldn't have never, it would have taken more than a week, to do this kind of work. So dependency on, on manual labor has been reduced at least one of our plant at Hyderabad. So we have achieved, far better numbers in terms of productivity and also managing the client. And the other question of, what we are reviewing at this point of time, as during this period, for us, it looks like this COVID situation is going to be around for some time until there is a vaccine or some cure for it. So we started to look at what all digital printing technologies. We are basically a printing technology company, and what are the inkjet technologies around or peripheral to our industry. For example, we are looking at DTG, direct to garment. Is one webinar, for example, one product demo, live from Austria we took. Similarly, for wallpaper, we are considering, home furnishing segment, including curtains, drapes. These are the equipment which we already have in place, but exclusively used, for sign and graphics business. So we are all looking at all the peripherals, where all we can use these equipment. So most of our demos are, technology reviews are around it, in terms of materials and also, all we need to do is a little bit of a different kind of finishing equipment, to service those requirements. So, yeah.
So Naresh, I would also be very intrigued to know that how would now people come and sell to you? Equipment manufacturers, because personal meetings are going to get difficult, physical contact is difficult. So what do you suggest to your partners who would want to approach you? What is the best method to come to you to display their products or their equipment there?
I think, in the last 2-3 months, we got used to video conferences, Zoom calls, all this kind of stuff now. In fact, we have done, I think, at least at our company, we have taken virtual demos with 3 different vendors, and they have done pretty well. They have done extremely well. Though we were not physically there, we didn't feel that. I was, we were missing. So, and also post this virtual demo, these suppliers have sent back the printed samples to us, for us to the same samples which was printed right in front of us during that demo. which was quite, heartening to see that, we don't have to travel all the way, to these different places. So virtual demos backed up by the same samples, whatever they've done during the virtual demos to be sent back to us, is a good solution we have found as of now,
Right. And while you spoke, there was a poll which happened where 48% people felt that videos and photos on social platforms are, 48% voted for that. 30% voted for virtual demos, and product catalogs was 23%. So pretty much in line with what you were saying.
Yeah.
So, but do you think sales can be influenced over video calls and virtual demos?
I think in the current situation, if there is a necessity, if I really wanted to buy a hardware, then only I'm getting onto it. It is not like getting into a trade show and looking at everything which was thrown at us. Of course, trade shows give a glimpse of what is coming, what technology is coming, or various other options available. But we all know that this is not a real time to invest aggressively. Of course, as we have felt the need of automation, now we are looking at those kind of products. Now we've been in the trade for a while now. We understand where to go, what to look at. So we are specifically calling those suppliers, vendors, taking virtual demos and stuff like that. But I think invariably the good effects of trade show is always good to meet people and try to interact with them and to see what they have to offer. That's also there. But during these tough times, virtual demos, product specific. It's not like we are taking part in everything. Whichever is interesting to us, we are arranging one-to-one demos with them, and it's working fabulously for us so far.
Fantastic. That was very insightful there. So let's go on to another poll question. It says, how relevant do you think virtual live demos are? They help in better understanding of the product. Clarifications, details can be obtained immediately over the demo. They help in sales conversions, and they're only useful for lead generation. So if I could request the audience to please fill in this, please. We'll wait for the results in another 10 seconds. And it's 43% skewed towards they help in better understanding of the product. 36% say clarification details can be obtained. And only 4% say they help in sales conversions. And 17 say they help and they're useful for lead generation. Okay. So Vinod ji, मैं जानना चाहूँगा आपसे कि अब पैंडेमिक के दौरान या पैंडेमिक के बाद लोग क्या ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी या एनवायरनमेंट फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजी को रिव्यू करना चाहेंगे या क्या स्कोप है उसका अभी इंडिया में, और आपका क्या विचार है उसके बारे में?
देखिए सर, मेरा ऐसा मानना है विनीत जी कि कोविड के टाइम पे जो मेन देखा वो ये देखा कि भाई पीपल आर नाउ लुकिंग इज हेल्थ कॉन्शियस। सब लोग हेल्थ के प्रति बहुत कॉन्शियस हो गए हैं कि भाई हेल्थ के बारे में सोचने लग गए हैं। और कोविड के टाइम पे ज़्यादातर सब लॉकडाउन रहा, लोग अपने घर में रहे, सारे कॉर्पोरेट, सब मॉल्स, एवरीथिंग शुड बी क्लोज्ड, सब बंद रहा। तो जिसने जो भी किया वो सब डिजिटल पे ही हुआ, थोड़ा बहुत, और कुछ ऐसा सच नहीं हुआ। और जहां तक ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी की बात है, देखिए अगर हम अपने क्लाइंट्स को ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए एनकरेज करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली वो लोग इसको मतलब यूज करना चाहेंगे। अभी उसकी अवेयरनेस इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, और थोड़ा सा कॉस्ट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी, क्योंकि कोई भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी अगर आती है तो वो कॉस्टली होती है। तो जैसे जैसे अगर हम लोग अपने क्लाइंट को इसके लिए मतलब बताएंगे और इसके बारे में उनको आइडिया लगेगा इसकी उसके बारे में कि भाई ये क्या बेनिफिट्स होते हैं, ह्यूमन कॉस्ट नहीं होता, तो डेफिनेटली ये यूज होने लग जाएगी। और अभी शुरुआत हो गई है, नाउ द क्लाइंट इज आस्किंग फॉर द ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी।
जब आप ग्रीन क्लाइंट से बात करते हैं तो आपकी नजर में ग्रीन क्या है और क्लाइंट की नजर में ग्रीन की अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या होती है, ये क्लैरिफाई करेंगे?
जी देखिए, इसमें क्या है कि क्लाइंट की नजर में तो ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी का बहुत ज्यादा वो नहीं है, बट हम उसको यही प्रपोज कर सकते हैं कि वट एवर मीडिया वी यूज, वट एवर प्रिंटिंग वी यूज, that is green. If you can put the hospital, if you can put the schools, or if you can put the prints in the malls, it will be not harm to any human.
ओके
Yeah.
ओके। और ग्रीन का अगर प्राइस ज्यादा होता है नॉर्मल टेक्नोलॉजी से, तो क्लाइंट की एक्सेप्टेंसी होती है?
देखिए उसमें क्या है, इट्स डिपेंड ऑन द क्लाइंट। वही मैंने बोला, इसी वजह से अभी थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी अगर आप बोलेंगे तो 10 to 20%, 25% इन द मार्केट। बट जितने कॉर्पोरेट क्लाइंट्स हैं जो एजुकेट, जिनको ऑलरेडी आइडिया है ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में, दे हैव स्टार्टअप, उन्होंने स्टार्ट कर दिया है ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी में। जैसे मान लीजिए डॉक्टर लाल पाथ लैब है, तो वो लोग अब इस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर रहे हैं। जितने हॉस्पिटल्स हैं उनको आइडिया लग रहा है। स्कूल, जहां पर भी ह्यूमन कॉज का ज्यादा वो है, वहां पर ग्रीन टेक्नोलॉजी का शुरुआत हो चुकी है।
श्योर। बीच में वी आर गेटिंग सम लाइव क्वेश्चंस एंड लेट्स सी इफ वी कैन आंसर दोस। So we have a question from Mr. Mohan KT. So he's saying the corporate mood and the focus is more towards digital marketing, press and indoor.
Yeah.
Due to, shortage of campaign, due to social distancing, due to, malls being closed. So how do we now encounter this? Naresh, would you want to take this question? Because of, people not moving into the physical space and the clients are investing more into, so will that impact our industry?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because we are in out of home industry, like when people are not in out of home, like most of the people are staying in home, or, I mean, have a limited access, obviously the spend, is going elsewhere, because nobody wanted to just throw away money on, on stuff which people are not going to see. But,
right.
The people maybe, the malls are opened, I've been to a mall, just 3 days back, and I have not see the usual rush. There are quite a bit of people, people who are actually serious buyers. I actually wanted to tell you one thing, other day I met these chaps from my client IKEA. They have a store in Hyderabad. While I was sitting with them, they were just reading out the, numbers on looking at their mobile. They have an app, which tells them how many people in the store, or how many people walked in, or how many people purchased. So we met about 1-2 o'clock, 2 days back. And by that time, as per their app, 290 odd people have purchased and left. As we speaking at that point of time, 480 odd people are in the store. So of course, IKEA is huge store in Hyderabad, is 400,000 square foot store. So, these, and also there are some 200 and odd car parks are taken up, so these are numbers that shows that people are actually going out. And then I asked a question, are these people, how is the business, how the sales are? And, to my surprise, they said that, they are doing much better during these times than the pre-COVID, because during the pre-COVID, there are a lot of people who just walking around just to time pass. Window shoppers, basically. Now, all these people who are coming, in that one particular day until 2 p.m., there are about 700 people there. All these people are actually there to buy. Nobody wanted to take a risk, do time pass, during these times. That means people are willing to get into, malls. And to that one IKEA store, I cannot tell the numbers because we are on an NDA with them. We have supplied a huge amount of graphics, before the store opened, during the first week of June, I guess. So, I'm seeing that there is a lot of activity happening. A lot of brands are talking to us on how do they deck up the stores. So, a lot of activity is happening, of course. But as Mr. Mohan was pointing out, some money, during the lockdown has gone to digital. Now, slowly it will come back to, to our business. That's what my take on this.
Sure. So in the meantime, another question has come up, and he's not given his name. He asks, how do we bridge the gap between imports from China and manufacturing in India? Anupam, would you want to answer that?
Like I said earlier, also our industry is primarily dependent on imports from China.
Hmm.
But yes, we have to start it someday. The process has already begun. We're talking to a few suppliers. They have certain plans in mind. Like when they started putting up flex manufacturing plants in India after the anti-dumping duty was put up. Fabric, like I said, is already locally manufactured. Some LEDs are already in place. What needs to be shown to these suppliers? Yes, there is a big market, and yes, we can kind of produce the same quality which we get from overseas market. The market is definitely going to go big, because if you see these big companies investing into India, they have these tremendous marketing experts, and they are no fools if they're investing $1 billion in a couple of months' time.
Sure.
So we are kind of engaged with our manufacturers and suppliers and importers. And if not today, probably in a couple of years' time, we would start seeing these companies manufacturing in India.
I
Inks
think
have
they would
already,
also
sorry?
they would also spruce up their
Yes, yes.
manufacturing capacities. I think once they understand, see, today they were only producing X because there was a demand of X. But now if there is a clear-cut shift, conscious shift, they would encourage to produce more.
No, and then we are always there with them. It is not that they are working. We as an industry have to support them, and they have to come up with the requirements that we have. And some of the big players are already in touch, and then they have put the ball in action.
Okay. And Anupam, I think you need to answer this again. It's on the same lines. Mr. Prayag Patel asks you, how do you see the future of polyester fabrics when you compare it with PVC flex panel?
See, polyester fabrics right now, majority is being printed on UV platforms, solvent and eco-solvent platforms.
Okay.
What we are promoting to our customers is if you're using a fabric and if you want to be environment friendly, you need to go in for a printing which also is a friendly. So there was no point taking flex material and then printing it on a UV platform and then calling it environment friendly. But
Sure.
it kind of loses the whole purpose. So
Right.
when you're pushing fabric or polyester fabric for that matter, one has to start thinking of dye sublimation processes. Dye sublimation is a much easier, trust me, much faster, much cost effective. And it is a matter of time before I see the flex industry being converted totally into fabrics, be it polyester and be it otherwise also.
Outdoor, it might be still a challenge. We've
No,
tried Anupam. I
Vineet,
mean,
there are
because
certain coatings, there are certain wefts and deniers. That's how the fabrics are being technically qualified. So once the wefts and that, see, it is all a demand. It's a demand and supply game. If we start demanding these kind of fabrics which can withstand the outdoors, you will soon find manufacturers producing them. It's not that.
absolutely. Let me get Rajesh ji's view on this. Rajesh ji, हर adversity में कोई ना कोई opportunity निकलती है. In every, adversity, history says there is some opportunity. So did you find any opportunity during this COVID period, Rajesh ji?
You see, during COVID period, after COVID, it's a very hard time for all over, not only to our country, but throughout the world. Everybody is suffering. But every opportunity has to come from all the problems. When the problems are over, definitely the opportunity will come. The new line of business which is developed just after COVID, people started thinking about safety, hygiene, boosting immunity products, these type of, and then floor graphics for social distancing. All these things are absolutely new. No touch hygiene products, like you are using a sanitizer, but you don't need to touch it. So those things are absolutely new. And these are the new innovations which are coming into the picture. And it's a big, big market. And in going forward, I think the people, once we start using all these things, people will keep on using it. It's not like that once the COVID is over, people will start again using it in the same way. So my point, definitely, that there are opportunities which has come. Secondly, I just add to Mr. Anupam's point regarding China and this. I have started 15 years back in this printing industry. That time, whatever the material we were using in the large format, 100% of the material is being imported. But with the time, people have come to income, manufacturers have started manufacturing flex. Now, there are more than 20 manufacturing units for flex in India. And there are a lot of solvent inks are also being manufactured here. So these are the main two raw materials for the large format industry. So if we go ahead, we have to be Atmanirbhar, and we have to keep imports secondary. So we also have to support our local manufacturers, that we buy their products, even if it is little bit cost, it is not cost effective, maybe little bit at a higher price. We have to buy those products only. And secondly, as Mr. Anupam was initially saying, some of the customers have started asking for India-made products. That's a very good sign. That's a very good sign for us as well as for the ancillary units, ancillary industries.
But Rajesh ji, kya hamare Indian manufacturers do they have that kind of capacities to meet our requirements? Naresh, what do you say? Everybody's saying don't depend on China, but does that Indian manufacturer has that kind of capacities to give us? Naresh?
No, like
Gurun.
Currently, I don't think so. We have capacities, currently available. I think this has to be built up overnight. We cannot, build capacity to service pan India. For example, we don't have a good vinyl manufacturer in India. There are certainly flex manufacturers, and there are also certainly, fabric manufacturers. Even for dye sublimation, we are importing now. But the technology is available, but that industry is not fully aware. The industry in Surat or or in Rajkot, which Anupam was mentioning. Many of those companies are not aware what are the opportunities within the sign and graphics market. So probably, as this pandemic, is, as we are not able to import anything, from China, so obviously they will be knowing these things and they will definitely put an effort. It's going to take some time, but surely, I think the ban on PVC flex was about 8 years back, the anti-dumping duty. Now you see that, we have zero imports from China. It took about 2-3 years. And after that, all zero imports from China as far as flex is concerned. So it is not a long way, of course, 1-2 years is a reasonable time for us to think that, yes, we can do everything in India, for sure.
I totally agree with you. So let's take a break with a poll question.
I just like to add one thing to Mr. Naresh's view. That when we talk about the PPE kit and when we talk about the mask and other personal protective equipments, in a very short span of 3 months are sufficient. Now we are not importing anything. We are all self-sufficient, and even our industry is asking to export these materials to the other countries. So if it comes to us, we can make everything Atmanirbhar. It may take some time, but definitely we can make Atmanirbhar.
Point taken, ji. Let's have a poll question now and see what it throws to us. It says, how does business look like post COVID-19? Positive and ready to take off? Less demand and pricing restrictions? Need for new innovations and technology shall arise? Request the audience to please fill in these, and in about 10 seconds we'll publish the results. Pretty much equal weightage to all, positive and ready to take off 30, less demand 80-28, need for new innovation is 41. So like Anupam says, client would expect new innovation in technologies. Clearly, everybody feels so too. So when you say new technology, Anupam, do you think digital screens will give us competition to the PSPs? Nowadays, you see a lot of even signage. I'm in the signage industry.
I won't say they are a competition, but they are more of a complementing in nature. Digital marketing or digital screens have their own space. Yes, it's a growing market in India. There's no denying about it, but it will not eat into the print space provider. They'll
विनोद
be
जी आप क्या कहते हो?
complementing. Sorry.
No, I was asking विनोद जी,
Yeah.
हमारी जो डिजिटल स्क्रीन्स, अब साइनेज की जगह पे आप देखो, रेमंड्स का मैंने साइन देखा, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है प्रमोद डिजाइनर, द मेन साइनेज वाज an LED screen, and inside, instead of graphics, there was these digital screens. So I'm saying, are they posing a problem to the PSPs, or is that complementary है या competition face करेंगे?
मेरे हिसाब से डिजिटल स्क्रीन्स का अपना अलग एक मार्केट है, जैसा अभी अनुपम जी भी आपको बता रहे थे, बट उसका आउटडोर का सब्स्टिट्यूट होना इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज इट इज अ ट्रैफिक हैजर्ड आल्सो. आप आउटडोर में इंडिया में कहीं पे भी अभी तक डिजिटल स्क्रीन्स आया नहीं है, तो मेरे हिसाब से इसमें ट्रैफिक हैजर्ड्स भी है और इसका अपना एक अलग रोल है, अलग चीज है. इन मॉल्स, इन you see airports, you can put the digital screens, but for the we are talking about the stores and outlets, it's not possible to replace with the digital screens.
Because interactive screens तो और थोड़ी difficult हो जाएंगी, because nobody would want to touch a screen today.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we take a question now? This question has come from Mohan KT, who says, now PSP should start investing in new ideas like 3D printing, which can expect, bigger margins from corporates. So do you believe in that?
3D printing is a good technology. हमने इस पे काम किया, इसके ऊपर हमने देखा, वर्किंग की, सैंपल किया, बट आई थिंक फॉर इंडिया इट्स वेरी कॉस्टली. Whenever you are talking about the corporate client, अभी initial stage में बहुत मुश्किल है. Only event companies, or if you need a 1 or 2, 3 pieces, but it's an innovative technology, no doubt at all. और आने वाले टाइम में फ्यूचर के हिसाब से इट्स अ गुड.
विंडो डिस्प्ले के लिए तो विंडो डिस्प्ले के लिए,
but sir, depending on the corporate how they can spend the money or not. Every corporate now needs a cost effective medium is needed.
Okay,
For
so
3D good technology, but it's a costly.
Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Santosh Nair, and he asks, post-COVID, how are we looking at the labor migration issue, and what's your take on contractual model to outsource labor and assist in local employment opportunities, as our industry is heavily relying on skilled labor? Naresh, would you want to answer that?
Yeah, lot of so we employ local people. We don't have people who from other cities or other towns coming and working for us in various locations of ours. Even
Right.
like Hyderabad, almost like half the people are afraid to come to office. They are not confident. बोलता है घर में छोड़ नहीं रहा sir. They are local guys. They have been working with us for 10-15 years. And this is a big concern. How are we going to tomorrow, if at all suddenly there is a work coming, if you don't have people, forget about the migration. The local people themselves are not turning up for work. So we are talking to them, cajoling them. Saying that we are all coming. I have been going to office since 1st of May every single day. So we've been trying to motivate these people. Nothing is going to happen. We'll take care of the social distancing norms. Other things we've been following up. As Santosh is saying, it's a cause of concern. But I think it will slowly become normal. Over the period of maybe next 4 to 5 weeks. That's what I'm thinking on this.
विनोद जी, आप मुझे बताओ कि इस वक्त अगर आपके जो सप्लायर पार्टनर्स हैं
जी,
वो अपने आप को कैसे गेयर अप कर सकते हैं इंडस्ट्री को बेटर सर्व करने के लिए, चाहे वो मटेरियल्स मैन्युफैक्चर हो, चाहे वो इक्विपमेंट सेलर्स हो, वो क्या कर सकते हैं कि उनका भी बिजनेस इफेक्टेड है और हमारे साथ ही लिंक्ड है उनका बिजनेस. सो वो क्या कर सकते हैं जिससे उनका बिजनेस इस वक्त बूस्ट हो सके या वो सेल्स इन्फ्लुएंस कर सके आपके साथ या हमारे साथ?
देखिए, क्या सप्लायर के साथ जो रिलेशनशिप है वो अच्छा होना बहुत जरूरी है. आइदर बोथ वे, आइदर हमारा सप्लायर से रिलेशनशिप और सप्लायर का हमसे रिलेशनशिप। अगर वो हमें टाइमली मटेरियल प्रोवाइड करा सकते हैं, स्टॉक उनका अपना ठीक रहेगा, क्वालिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइसिंग, तो डेफिनेटली दे कैन सपोर्ट अस। और जो इस टाइम पे मेन है वो स्टॉकिंग का ही है, बिकॉज पीछे कोविड की वजह से मटेरियल आ नहीं पाया है। तो जो मेटल नहीं आ पाया है, कुछ सप्लायर्स ने ऑलरेडी प्रिक्योर किया हुआ है। तो अगर, क्योंकि अभी जैसे ही कोविड की सिचुएशन नॉर्मल होने लगेगी तो हम लोगों की डिमांड आने लगेगी और मटेरियल का सब्स्टिट्यूट मतलब हमें चाहिए होगा। तो उस केस में अगर उनके पास स्टॉक है तो वो हमें प्रोवाइड करा सकते हैं, प्लान आउट कर सकते हैं। और दूसरा, जैसे अभी वोकल टू लोकल हमारे पीएम ने बताया है, तो उन लोगों को भी उस डायरेक्शन में काम करना पड़ेगा कि वो इंपोर्ट की तरफ से हटके कैसे इंडियन मार्केट में उसको रिसोर्स कर पाएंगे हम लोगों के लिए।
ये तो मटेरियल्स का हो गया, बट जो मशीन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं, जैसे प्रिंटर्स हैं, लेजर मशीन्स हैं, राउटर्स हैं, 3D प्रिंटर्स हैं
जी,
वो क्या कर सकते हैं इस समय, क्योंकि फिजिकल कांटेक्ट मुश्किल है, उनके सेल्स रेप हम लोग मिलने नहीं देंगे, तो व्हाट कैन दे डू कि जिससे आपके साथ उनका कोई कांटेक्ट हो सके या आप रिव्यू कर सको टेक्नोलॉजी,
देखिए
उनको क्या?
उसमें तो क्या है, अभी जो मैं समझता हूँ वो यही है कि सर अभी तो देखिए पर्सनल इंटरेक्शन तो नहीं हो पा रही है, बट जैसे वीडियो कॉल, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग है, जूम कॉल है, इन्हीं सब पे बातचीत होती है। बट वंस यू हैव कन्विंस टू एनी वेंडर और एनी मैन्युफैक्चरर और एनी प्रिंटर, तो डेफिनेटली यू कैन मीट अप एंड फाइनलाइज द डील।
राइट।
या
एंड कोविड पीरियड में अगर एक अपॉर्चुनिटी निकली विच वाज द मैंडेटरी साइंस लाइक यूज सैनिटाइजर, कीप सेफ डिस्टेंस,
या
लॉट ऑफ फ्लोर ग्राफिक्स जो राजेश जी बोल रहे थे,
जी।
तो राजेश जी आपको लगता नहीं है कि ये भी काफी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है इस फील्ड में, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ हमारे कॉर्पोरेट्स और रिटेल के लिए लिमिटेड ना होके हर शॉपकीपर, हर ऑफिस, हर कॉर्पोरेट के अंदर इस वक्त यूज होगा, तो कितनी बड़ी मार्केट is expanded because of the need of these kind of graphics. Do you think there's an opportunity here, Rajesh ji?
Yes, yes, undoubtedly, undoubtedly. And everyone, even in the government sectors like railways, like airports, everywhere these are being used. And there is a big opportunity for all these items.
Okay. I think we can go in for a poll right now. We'll take a short break and go for another poll. Can I request? So it says, do you think there is a change in the thinking pattern of your clients? Yes, no, too soon to tell. Can I request the audience to please fill in this, and we'll publish it in a few seconds frame. Wow, this is a total. It says there has been a change in thinking pattern of your clients. So let's understand from the experts and the stalwarts on this panel, what has been the change in thinking? Naresh, has there been a change in thinking in your client?
Yeah, of course. Like I mean, there are certain changes. Because most of the clients thinks that there is not enough work in the market. So they're putting a lot of pressure on pricing. Citing that their business is not doing well. So they expect we also not to do well. So if I am making 10% on them, they will say, okay, but for some time, you need to cooperate with us, maybe cut down your margin, help us. So these are the things which are coming up, and there is an intense competition because, as you know, there is not enough work in the market. Let's face it, that's the reality. Whatever little work is there, there is, people are vying for the same job, and then every paisa matters, and clients are taking advantage of it. I think there is nothing wrong with that, but that's the reality, we have faced now.
So I think it's the time for everybody to do it together. We are all in it together. I think if we all cooperate and the clients also bear with us at this moment and understand at what handicapped conditions we all are working, I think we'll all sail through here. It's only a matter of time. But I think we'll all have to bear with each other. We'll have to bear with our suppliers when they say there is a shortage. We'll have to be a little more compassionate. And we also request our clients also to understand the situation rather than being, hard pressing us.
Yeah.
And if we all cooperate with each other, I think we should all sail through together. That's my take on the situation right now.
Totally.
विनोद जी, आपने भी एक्सपीरियंस किया, आपके क्लाइंट्स इस वक्त कुछ प्राइस डिमांड कर रहे हैं या कुछ ज्यादा डिमांड?
यस, जैसा कि नरेश जी ने बताया, आप भी देखेंगे नाउ इस टाइम पे क्लाइंट के बजट थोड़े कट हैं और इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से एवरीबॉडी इज आस्किंग टू रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट एंड कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद अस फॉर द टाइम बीइंग. This sort of a things come from the client and we have also agree on that. And इस टाइम पे अगर हम उनको सपोर्ट करेंगे, it's a mutual. On this time, if we support to the client, definitely in future, the client is also looking to us.
Right. And there is one question, Vinod ji, if you can answer this also. Mr. Ajit Rajput asks me,
Yeah.
where is the signage market going in sublimation and UV printing?
As per my opinion, I have seen my experience, fabric market is there from last 5 years, but for outdoor, I am not sure, because outdoor life in the fabric, I have never seen. I have seen this fabric in this some country last before 10 साल पहले मैंने देखा था, तो events में, malls में, you can utilize in translights, in fabric boxes, you can utilize the fabric. But when we are talking about the outdoor, fabric is not the substitute for India market right now. But in future, if somebody is coming with the special kind of material with the outdoor life, definitely. And UV market is definitely going on. UV market, depending on which media you can use on the UV printing.
Anji. There's another question from Mr. Naresh Jajaria from Kolkata, and would like Mr. Rajesh if he can answer this question. He asks you, what according to you, which are the items in signage industry that can replace imports? Rajesh,
signage industry, I think most of the items we are manufacturing locally. Maybe some of the LEDs or some of the media, like if you are using some vinyls or if you are using some specific quality of flex, then we are using them. Otherwise, most of the item which is used by the signage industry, basically I'm talking about the front lit and backlit signages. So those are all locally available.
LED दिखती है आपको replace होते हुए Indian market से?
Yes, absolutely sure. Up to LED, we are using LED in place of normal tube lights and other things.
No, but LED means can Indian manufacturers also produce LEDs? Abhi to mostly it's import. Hardly only a few guys are, manufacturing, and that too the basic component is still manufactured and assembled basically in India.
It will take time. It is not that overnight we can do it here, but with the time, if we really think we have to do, we can always do it. It's a matter of time. One has to take a lead.
Okay.
And I think the electrical industry, those who are in this industry will definitely think of it in the coming days.
Right. And do you think, besides China, do you think other countries could also be that price competitive to export into India? I mean, a Korean or a Taiwan. Anupam, what do you say? I mean, if we say
yes, definitely. I have been importing stuff, LED stuff from Korea also, from Taiwan also. Not now, but for the past 8 to 10 years. They are no doubt about 10 to 20% costlier than the Chinese counterparts, but likewise they are better in quality also. And I see no reason why Indian companies cannot produce these LEDs here in India. It is just a matter of time before we see all these imports being substituted. And these people are very smart. Like what they did was they shut down their Chinese plants and put up in collaboration here in India, the flex manufacturing plants. So at least we are saving on that foreign exchange. So likewise, going forward, I would suggest every manufacturer for that matter to look into Indian substitutes of these products which we use in our industry. It could be digital panels also. We're seeing a lot of digital panels from Samsung being produced here in India. So the foreign exchange is being conserved. And I would say to all my international audiences also, stop learning Mandarin language now. Start learning Hindi language. The future is here in India.
Right. True. So there was a question, and whether these signages should get mandatory, like the COVID related signages, should these messages get mandatory in a workplace or industry, like use sanitizers, safe distances? Should the government make this into a mandatory signage? This was a question asked by one of the attendees. Sorry?
Definitely more business for us and good for the society.
True.
As it is, the corporate world or the retail world are kind of self-conscious. They have put up, we've already got repeat orders from these corporates also. Like suppose for instance, somebody peels off the social distancing message in a lift. So we get a repeat order for that also. So they are kind of self-conscious that these messages, at least for the next couple of years, should be mandatory. And it's not kind of mandatory. Every individual should respect this also. If we have to come out of these pandemic, we have to be kind of self-conscious ourselves to follow these rules. Even if though the message is not there on the lift wall or on the floor, we have to maintain this social distancing. We have to sanitize our hands and we have to take care of other precautions.
Okay. So somebody is asking a question, Mr. Pragya Patel, that is there a certain quantity of flex from Korea being used? So do you think that can be replaced with local products? I think we've already answered that. I'll wait for another question. विनोद जी, LED का क्या व्यू है आपका? विनोद जी, LED इंडियन यूज हो सकती है?
देखिए, जैसा आपने बताया बिल्कुल ठीक है, इट विल टेक सम टाइम, बट एलईडी अभी असेंबल तो इंडिया में बहुत हो रहा है, आपको भी मालूम ही है। बट चिप के बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो चिप इज इम्पोर्टेड और ये यूरोपियन कंट्रीज से भी काफी आ रहा है और उसका क्वालिटी भी काफी अच्छा है और इंडियन में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग शुरू हो गया है, बट इट विल टेक सम टाइम टू यू सी प्रोड्यूस द क्वांटिटी व्हिच वी रिक्वायर।
ठीक है, I think this will be a start off point. The COVID is, we've learned lessons that we can do it because a lot of things we were not doing it, but now since it's come on our heads, I think we will take it up time. The manufacturers would give themselves out.
Yes.
So I think we've had a very, very fruitful discussion here. I have learned a lot from these discussions from our esteemed panelists, and I would like to go back to Ravi if he wants to wind up on a session. Thank you everyone here. Everybody was very insightful. I learned a lot from this session there. Ravi, can you please take over?